Hey everyone, it's Kyle. As predicted during last episode, our next episode, the finale to Crime and Courtship, is taking longer than 2 weeks. And as I said last time, it will make abundant sense why, when the episode releases, why it needs to take so long in the oven. I just am trying to be a bit sparse on the details because I don't want to spoil any of the facts about this upcoming episode that I am extremely excited about. That being said, we know a month is a long time to wait, so I thought it'd be fun to take our improvised stream that we did in prep for C2E2 and release it here for anyone who wasn't able to watch. So this is, besides cutting out the beginning and ending, a completely unedited version of what we did, so it might be a bit choppier, but I assure you it was an absolute blast. And if you want to see the actual, our faces, the actual stream, I've uploaded that on YouTube as well. And if you need something else to do, just a reminder that our listener survey, which is completely anonymous and has every single question optional, is currently out right now. You can find a link to it below. And if you respond to that listener survey, which would be invaluable to us, you will get the chance to win one of 5 Quail sticker packs, as well as potentially something else. We're still figuring out the details, so I'm not going to say much, but cool stuff. Anyways, that's enough of me saying I don't have time to explain and then not really explaining anything. I hope you enjoy this improvised adventure, and as always, our intro and outro songs are Friends in Toshio, both by Miracle of Sound. In a week and less than a day, we'll be at C2E2 because we're going to be there Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Not in any official capacity, but we will be there. We'll just be there, hanging out, doing stuff, buying way too much art. Also, all 4 of us can see the chat, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, perfect.
I can.
And so what we're going to do is we're running a live show on Sunday, March 1st or 2nd.
First.
It is the 1st? Okay.
Definitely.
So on March 1st, at C2E2. Now, because we cuss a lot, we originally were like, this show is not for kids. And then C2E2 was like, can you make it for kids? And I said, probably. So, one thing that I want all of your help with is catch us if we cuss. That's really the only thing I'm afraid about. We don't usually make a lot of sex jokes and stuff like that, but cussing is something that comes secondhand to us. So, but what the session is it is an improvised session. So how it works is, thank you, Mommy Movie. So how this is going to work is, we have an hour for the session, for our show. So I have a timer in the bottom right hand corner. It wouldn't let me do an hour, so it's going to do 59:59. Once I get started, I'm going to treat it as if it's a show. So I'm going to talk to all of you as if you have never heard of Quest Pens before, as if you have never heard of role playing before. Even if everyone in the chat is like, yeah, we've heard of role playing, I'm still going to go anyway. We're going to run this for about 60 minutes. This is very interactive. So there's going to be moments where I'm going to ask you for things, especially during the beginning, kind of like how someone would ask the audience questions at, say, an improv show or something like that. When I do it, just shout out what you want. Give me ideas. Throw out things. And you can act like you... and you can act as if you... And yeah, you can act as if, again, you've never heard of us. You can act as if you have heard of us, though, because there are going to be people there at the show who have heard of us, etc., etc. This is going to run for, as I said, a timer, an hour. I've got a timer there. I'm going to have a timer on my phone because that's what I'm going to use at the actual show. And we are going to go for an hour. And then when that hour is done, we're going to take probably 10 minutes, just to use a bathroom break. We will come back. Ari will hopefully be there with us then. And we are actually not done. Usually after every session, we have a debrief. We have just a session where we chill out, we hang out, we just kind of do stuff. And what we're gonna do
that stuff.
And what we're gonna do is, and since we normally do that, we wanted to do it for this one. I've also been watching a lot of Jackbox videos, and Jackbox is always fun with an audience. It's always fun in general. So we're going to be playing some Jackbox games. Just the 5 of us will be allowed in, just because we've had some incidents in the past where random folks have gotten in, and it's gotten pretty ugly pretty quickly. But the games are very highly interactive, so we encourage you to play along with us, especially like the trivia things. Prove us all wrong, because reminder, everyone, the new Trivia Murder Party, the audience can get us all killed.
Wait,
Oh
what?
boy.
The audience is a contender at the very end. They race everyone else.
Oh no, no.
I'm already bad at trivia.
Yeah.
That's why I chose it. Okay. I'm going to get my timer ready. All right. And we are going
Please
to...
don't.
Rude.
All right. And we are going to go in 3, 2, 1. All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Kyle. I use he, him. Thank you for coming to our panel today. Pop Quest, a role-playing adventure created by you. So, has anyone here heard of role-playing before? All right. All right, it takes 20 seconds for the chat to reload, so I'm going to pretend that somebody has said, no, we haven't. All right, so what role-playing is it is storytelling that groups of friends do together. So what happens is that all my friends up here, they all play a main character in a story, in an adventure that we do together. And then what I do is I kind of play everything else. So I create the world, I play the bad guys, stuff like that. And I'm going to have your help with that role with me today. So before we get started, as I said, all my friends, they play themselves, but they also play a character. So could everyone go down and just introduce themselves and the character that they play?
I'll start. My name is Tom. I use he, him, and I play a character named Shock, who also uses he, him pronouns.
Hi, I'm Hallie. I use she, her pronouns, and I play Hopperscotch, who uses he, him pronouns.
I'm Emily. I use she, her pronouns, and I play Ellie, who also uses she, her pronouns.
All right, thank you. And again, I am Kyle. I'm what we call a game master. I am everybody else. All right, so how I want us to start the session today is we're going to start, we're going to do 2 parts. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do some planning. We want to actually figure out what story we're going to create. And then for the remainder of the this panel, we're actually going to play the session. So at this point, we need all of our characters to step off. We'll call them back when they're ready. So in practice, could everyone here mute themselves, except for Emily, who is right here, who needs to leave the room.
Oh no,
So I
have
should
a
also
dog!
take my headphones off and not hear,
Oh, I'm
correct?
sorry, Charlie. I'm sorry.
Just
You're gonna be
yeah,
so
just mute the
bad.
volume.
Oh, I'm trying.
Hi, Kent. We're at the part of the session where all the players leave, which normally won't take this long, but Emily has a dog on her who was very cuddly and is very upset that he's being moved.
It's fine. I'm fine. Scream at me when you're ready. Don't let him drink my tea.
Yeah, I'll yell at you. Okay. I don't think they can hear us anymore. All right, so again, what my role is I am Kyle. I'm what we call a game master. What the game master is they play everybody who is not one of the main characters in our story. So I set up all the challenges. As I said, I set up the villains, I set up the settings, I set up their friends as well. Now, something I want to note about Game Master is it's our job to make a good story with our players. So while we can mess with our players a little bit, we're all on the same side, and we all want to work together to have a great story. So we want to make things tough. We want to make sure they win in the end. So before we get started, and so I'm going to need your help with that. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually set up the story. And then as we play, I'm going to ask for your help. So I'm going to ask you how things work. So the way role-playing works is that all of our character... I'm going to cut that. I'm going to explain how role-playing works in a second. All right, so before we get started, I want to introduce you to kind of the world that we're playing in. So our game is called Numenera, and it takes place 1 billion years in the future. It's not the future. It's not the future. It's the future, all the way down the road. And things are weird. Basically, anything we want exists. All right, we're gonna have 3 main characters this session. We're gonna have Hopperscotch. Hopperscotch is a cowboy who really likes math. We have Shock. Shock is a wizard boy who likes robots and kind of thinks he is one a little bit. And then we're going to have Ellie Badge. Ellie Badge is an old lady who is just really who's just really, really tough. So we've got our tough old lady, we've got our wizard boy, and then we've got our cowboy who really likes math. And so that's our world. We're super far in the future, and then we've got our 3 main characters. And so the first thing we need when creating any role-playing adventure is we need a setting. So can you all just shout out where this adventure should take place? All right, so I got a couple of shout-outs. We got Laundromat and Anine Races. So I think what we're going to do, the Thunderdome. I would be impressed if a small child shouted out Thunderdome, but it could happen. So the first 2 I got were Laundromat and Anine Race. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to do a race at the laundromat. All right, so what's happening is there's going to be a race at the laundromat. What's happening is people are trying to wash their clothes as absolutely quickly as possible. And the winner of this gets a prize. So all of our main characters, their friend, who is a robot named Misha, really, really wants this gift. And so they want to get this thing for Misha. What's the gift they want to get Misha? Off-camel, Anine are... Yeah, they kind of look like dinosaurs and camels. Let me pull up the rule book. I'll show you, because they have images of what they look like, but we've messed with them a lot. But while I do that, what are they trying to get for Misha? All right, so it seems that everybody wants some sort of weird clothing. All right, I just heard, okay, someone put it all together. I really like this. So they're gonna get a sweater vest that's made entirely out of beads. And what makes these beads special is that they're like a piano. So when you hit the beads, they make music. So when someone walks around, it sounds like a song or like someone hitting a bunch of different notes on a piano. Okay, so they're at the laundromat. They're going to have a race. And so the last thing we need to know is I want to know, who are they racing against? So at this laundromat, there's someone who can wash laundry better than anyone else. So I want to know who is this person? What's the name of this racer person? All right, so I see 2 names. So we're going to go with our top 2 names. We've actually got 2 all of these are so good and I want to use all of them. We're going to do Washerboard Kevin, whose hands are washerboards, and then we're going to have Sock Sweat Sam, and I will find a way to integrate Daniel McBubbles. So I want to know not Sock Sweat Swam. Washerboard Kevin. What's Washerboard Kevin nice? Is he what's his favorite hobby? What does Washerboard Kevin like to do? He's a complicated man. One might say a grating personality. He's a musician on the side who plays the washboard. He plays the spoons, for sure the spoons. Oh wait, Ninth World Pizza isn't pizza. What is it? It's pazza. All right, so I'm a Washerboard Kevin. He's going to play the spoons. And Sock Sweat Sam, he's going to play the washerboard. I'm not going to do that. That's too confusing. So Washerboard Kevin, he plays spoons on his washerboard. All right, Team Spoons. He's going to be part. So they're going to be both members of Team Spoons. So there are multiple teams. So we've got Team Spoons. Team Spoons includes Washerboard Kevin and Sock Sweat Sam. What should the name of our players' team be? So it's going to be Team Spoons versus who's the other team going to be? And I will get you that Anine photo before the day is done. I am upset with how good of a name Spin Cycle is. So it's going to be a Spin Cycle. That's JTB Murph. I'm patient, but not that patient. Sounds like you're threatening me. Okay, so I'm gonna ask one last question, then I'll look it up. Okay, and so our opposing team, now every enemy in a game needs to have a level. So 1 is super, super easy, and 10 is super, super hard. So where should they be on a scale from 1 to 10? Should the team be really easy to beat? Like a 1, or should they be a 10 where they're really hard, or should they be somewhere in the middle? While you're picking up levels, here is an Anine. Honestly, they're kind of creepy looking, but I think they're cute. All right, so from a scale from 1 to 10, how tough should Team Spoons be? Middle? In the middle? Okay, we'll give them we'll do 5, right in the middle. And for context, for anyone at home who is more familiar with Numenera, because I'm not going to go into the details of the mechanics. All right, I like this. Kevin is an 8, Sam is a 5. I'll put them right in the middle. They're 6. For reference, I'm using Numenera levels. So now that they're a 6 out of 10, Kevin's seen some shit. All right, well, that's something we know about Kevin. I'm actually going to equate it to a level in Numenera. Okay, so we have a race at the laundromat. They want to get a beaded sweater vest that makes sounds. They are going to join Team Spin Cycle, led by Daniel McBubbles, and they're facing off against Washerboard Kevin and Sock Sweat Sam, the members of Team Spoons. It's true, 1999 Mummy movie got me. I swore by reading what they wrote. All right, Kevin's seen some doo-doo. He's seen some poop. All right. Okay, now everyone in the chat, what I'm going to do is now we got to get everyone to come back so they can play our session with us. And during this, I'm going to have all this written on like a board in the back. So I need everyone to shout out on the count of 3, combat quest friends. All right, 1, 2, 3, come back, quest friends. The fact that Emily got up at that point means she absolutely heard what I was saying.
Rang.
You came back before the chat said anything.
Oh,
Kyle, we can
sorry. I was just
We were trying
going
to
off the
drag it out
physical
by
call.
talking, but
Come back, quest friends, because I heard it twice.
All right. So, I in the audience have come up with a very good session for you today.
Oh dear.
So, before we get started, could everyone just go down again and say their names and their character names?
Yes, I'll start again. My name is Tom. He, him for me, and my character is Shock, and he also uses he, him.
And Shock is the wizard boy.
Hallie.
Yes.
You're muted.
What?
Hi.
All right, hi,
You're
Allie.
good.
Hi. Oh, okay. I thought I had muted myself by accident. I'm Hallie. My pronouns are she, her, and I play Hopperscotch, whose name I momentarily forgot just now. And he uses he, him pronouns.
I'm Emily. I use she, her pronouns, and I play Ellie, who uses she, her pronouns as well.
Hopperscotch! And once again, Ellie is the old lady who's really tough, and then Hopper is the math cowboy. Okay, so we've come up with a really good session for you all today. It's really good. I realized the other two could hear, but Hallie hadn't. So we're gonna get started. Okay, so it is, I'm gonna say it's the morning, and you are going to a really like old facility. So you've been walking through this like ancient town. It's filled with these giant concrete towers. But what you're looking for is this small, unassuming building. It's right outside of it is this space. It's a square space with lots of lines across it. You heard in the old times they called it a parking lot. And as you look up, you see the words laundromat. And you know that this is where you have to be. Any thoughts before we enter in the laundromat?
Hopper's wondering, semi-hoping there should be an H on the end of that word. Laundromat.
Laundromat?
Laundromat.
But was this the name of a person or a place to the people who once lived here? If we had more time, I could consult with spirits, but for now, we'll have to keep going.
I've never laundered a mat, but I've laundered money.
Are we allowed to say that to
Emily,
children?
children!
Are we?
That's
I'm
like
not sure.
That's like a Grunkle Stan level joke. I'm not
Yeah.
sure if we should go that far.
I mean,
Sorry.
Emily
I mean,
Gravity Falls is for kids.
yeah. I mean, that would probably get through the
It's like
censors.
appropriate for
Like that can get through the censors, but
that would be fine.
it's true.
but it's yeah. See, the chat agrees. It's
Okay.
fine.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hopper's
So,
just also now wondering about Ellie's illicit money crimes.
well, yeah, that's what they say. That might have been what been in the past, but what it is around now is just the coolest thing around. And next to you, you see this man. He's bubbly, he's bright, he's got this very curly hair, and he extends his hand out to you and he says, "Name's Daniel McBubbles, Team Spin Cycle."
Hi, Hopperscotch. And you know about the it's a cool place to be?
It's the coolest place to be. It's the place for the laundromat races. And from what I hear, you guys are going to be the ones helping me out today?
I don't
Hopper-
think I agreed to that.
This is a good question,
Did we
Kyle.
agree
What
to that?
was our mission coming here today?
Yeah,
So,
what are we here for?
You are on a secret mission. So, Misha, a big event is coming up. All right, it's going to be so Misha doesn't really like celebrating birthdays, so to speak. but it is a very big anniversary. It's going to be an anniversary. It's 6 months since when you all first met Misha, and they seemed really excited. They were going to do a big friend anniversary, and you wanted to get them a really nice gift. And so Misha's kept talking about this beaded sweater vest. It's a sweater vest made entirely out of beads, and when the beads hit each other, it's like hitting notes on a mallet or notes on a keyboard. So it makes music as you walk around.
Oh boy.
And so you looked all around and you saw a flyer out from Daniel McBubbles. It was very wet. It's almost like you washed the paper in a bubble bath. Daniel McBubbles of Team Spin Cycle. Now, Daniel McBubbles' teammate dropped out of the race because you're going to participate in something you've never heard of, the laundromat races. And if you win, Daniel has agreed to get you the beaded sweater vest.
Well,
Okay.
well, Misha's certainly the best driver among us, but if it's for them, we'll do whatever we can.
Wait, we're driving, right? We don't have to like run.
Is it individually or like a team thing?
I volunteer someone else.
Laundromat, listen, doing the laundry is always a team effort. Anytime you have just one person do it, leads to resentment across the board.
Oh, is this just doing laundry?
Just doing laundry? This is gonna spin your world around, buddy. And at that point, Daniel McBubbles opens the door, and you hear, it sounds like a racetrack, like vroom, 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 but like a chugga 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 chugga. You hear the sounds of races and cars, but instead of being car wheels, it's laundry inside of hundreds of laundry machines circling around and around and around. And it has weird stuff in it. There's some clothes that's like modern, but you see like labels of categories. So you've got the clothes that you've got regular clothes. You've got those clothes that you can never get the smell out of. And what's everybody in the audience? What's the last thing that they're trying to wash using the washing machines? Dry clean up. Dry clean up. I like all of this together. So it's a bunch of suits in a washing machine that has no water in it, and it says dry clean only. And Daniel's like, that's the most dangerous one of all. Those neckties get caught right in there.
Okay.
It's real dangerous. And at one point you see a lady being carried across in like a stretcher, and she's just like, the ties, they're everywhere. And you can see she's just got ties all over her as she gets carried out to the hospital.
More like die clean only.
So we've got regular, we've got suits and dry cleaning. And what was the last one? Oh, smell. All right. Okay. And so you see it, and it's this big event. There's audiences all over the place. You see folks walked around with like bumper stickers all over their place, like sponsorships. So you've got someone for like I'm trying to think of a good one. You're trying not Jetco. You've got a guy with a big top hat, Fancy Tom's Fancy Hats, walking around with his fancy sponsorship. Yeah, I was wrong with the word bumper. I meant stickers. All right. So yeah, what's your response to seeing all of this?
I'd like to repeat my question, actually. Is this a team thing, or do we all have to split up? Like, can you, I don't know if we were given a pamphlet about how this works.
Oh, a pamphlet? No, don't worry, there are plenty right here. And Daniel McBubbles opens one of the washers, pulls out a bunch of soggy paper, and goes to hand it to you.
Hopper slowly takes them.
And it's like, oh no, I'm so sorry. It's too wet. Let me fix that for you. And he opens up a dryer, throws it in there, and slams it.
I think it might be a little easier if we see a real pro doing it first. Maybe then we'll learn these ways.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. It's a relay. So we take a single basket and we've got to sort it perfectly, and then we've got to put it into the 3 categories. So if someone's willing to sort, I'll do regular first, and then you all can see how that works, and then can take care of the other ones.
Why can't we all just put it in one thing together?
Put it in one thing together? Yeah, if you want to fail, we need to get the top here, okay? There's some unsavory types gunning for the crown. And he turns over and he glares just off in the distance and in the sky. He's like, I'll get us ready. I'll get you all the team jerseys, okay? I'll get you team jerseys. And he walks off.
Unsavory types that want. Wait, sorry, clarification. Is the beaded sweater vest the prize for everybody, or do we just get it if we participate?
It's for everybody. So in prize, you get that, but
Okay,
you also get a washer from the first world. The last one ever created.
Oh, I want that. Hubbard wants that. I mean, he wants the
Are you
sweater
gonna
vest
betray
for
Daniel
appreciation.
McBubbles at the very end? But some
This
yeah,
just means
but
that Hubbard's
but
like unsavory
oh.
types who want a sweater vest. Sorry, feels off to him.
no, but and the washer is called the washer at the end of the world. It's the last thing we know of being created in the ninth world.
He wants it.
All right. So as you're looking around, did one of you say, I'll let you play out a little bit more. So you doing anything else?
Shock upon hearing this is going to use a little bit of magic here. Shock, I think in this case, is going to use his telepathic ability to communicate with machines and try to ask some of the nearby washing machines, the Scoop, are there any teams that cheat in the laundromat races?
How do you cheat?
You start to hear within all of this chaos a song. You spin me right round, baby, right round like a record. But within the song, you can tell that the song is meaning to mask an actual message because they're singing because they're afraid to tell you the answer. And within the song, you just hear, you can't, within the song, the tune of you spin me right round, you can't let them win the crown. They can't win the crown.
But who?
Yeah, but who? Gonna be talking about us, Sam, the coolest guys all here. And as you walk up, you see two men slapped with Jetco brands.
Oh no.
One of them is sweating. He's pale. He's nervous. He's very finicky, and you can see he actually has to keep rubbing to keep the stickers from falling off. He's like, "Oh, I'm not sure about that, Kevin." And the other man, you can see, walks with an air of confidence. He has, in place of his hands, two surgically added washer boards. Now, you think this might not be in the rules, but it checks out. It's still part of him. It can't be an external addition if it's part of his body. This gruff man is Washerboard Kevin, the terror of the laundromat races.
But
And
I'm
his friend, the ever nervous Sock Sweat Sam.
Ew.
But are his hands just washerboards?
Edward
My
Walker.
life is the races. This, and he slaps both washerboards together, is what you call commitment. This is why I will win the washer at the end of the world. And if you get in my way, and he just walks up to you and like pokes you in the chest with the end of his washerboard hand, it'll be the end of your world too, pal.
I want to clench my fist so that the claws come
Can you
out.
explain the claws, Ellie?
At one point near the beginning of our campaign, Ellie got she has metal in her bones already, so she got like nails implanted into her fist. It's
Like Wolverine claws.
yeah,
Sorry,
like Wolverine.
I just saw the comment that said it's like Air Bud. Nothing in the rules said he couldn't become a
I
washerboard.
was waiting for a chance to bring it up.
As the
I've been
also from Mummy Movie, as the person who came up with Washerboard Kevin, I absolutely did think through the implications. Listen, we have a lady with knives in her throats. All right, so it comes out, and this is going to be our first roll. So, how role-playing works is not everything works out for heroes. So what we're going to do is all of our players have a dice.
Dice.
And the dice has 20 sides to it. and they're gonna roll it, and the higher number, the better. So if they get a 1, that's real bad. They probably won't succeed. If they get a 20, they probably will. But it's also going to depend on how tough the enemy is. So we already talked Washerboard Kevin. He's pretty tough. So we'll see if this is going to work against him. The players might say other things like, oh, I'm going to decrease the difficulty of, or I'm going to use this ability. Don't worry about what that means. Regardless of what they say, the higher they roll, the better they do.
Here's my d20. Do I have to...
You
What
just
am I
roll it.
rolling for?
You're rolling to intimidate Washerboard Kevin with your claws.
I didn't know if you were like asking me to roll to take out my claws, and I was gonna be like, no.
Oh, I thought you were saying
I can
roll
do
to
that.
roll to hit him.
No.
What'd you roll, Emily?
Nothing.
What'd you roll?
Rolled a 2.
So
Can I still play out what I was going to do?
yeah, so Emily, for the character of Ellie, rolled a 2.
Out of
She's
20.
probably not going to do super well. So Emily's gonna describe what she tries to do, and then I'm gonna come up with what actually happens.
What Ellie was planning on doing was to take out her claws, run them along the washerboard, so it's like, don't talk to me about commitment.
You go to do that, goes tick, 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 and it gets stuck in between the last 2 washerboards. And
I
it
see
takes
this
a
only as a
second,
plus.
but the rest of it continues. So it goes down, gets stuck, and you have to be like, and you pull it out, and then you say, don't talk to me about commitment. And Kevin just looks at you, he's like, honestly, I thought those claws would be cool. They're kind of like the washerboard hand things, but, I'm Kevin. Sam, get everything ready. I'm gonna get everything ready, Sam. You talk to them. And Sam is like, oh, okay. Well, it's Sam. It's a pleasure to meet you. And he goes to shake your hand. Shock.
Oh, Shock misunderstands the hand gesture, having been raised by machines, and gives him like a nearby basket. He just looks around wondering what Sam could be reaching for, picks up a basket and hands it to Sam.
Sam's like, oh, well, thanks, but this is a Mark II basket, and Kevin says we can only have Mark 5 or better. That's what we need for our team, Team Spoons. Only the best for Team Spoons.
You're on Team Spoons?
Yeah, I'm part of Team Spoons. We're gonna win the washer at the end of the world, and Kevin says I can have the sweater vest if we win.
It's a very nice name. I feel like it doesn't really match with the style that Kevin gives off, but I wish you the best of luck, even though I need to get that sweater vest. I have someone very important to me who's counting on it.
I'm gonna make a joke here that I would not say in the live show, but I have to say it. Well, I mean, Team Spoons, Washerboard Kevin says that we're named that because that's the most painful utensil to beat someone to death with. So I'm not doing that in the kids show, but I need to include that.
Why?
Confirm this.
So you know what Kevin is like. He's a bad man.
We knew what Kevin was like.
We knew what Kevin
he's
was
like,
like.
Well,
Kevin is
I mean,
the worst.
I mean that's
Edward Washerboard hands here.
That's really cool, but I just think it'd be really good. You see, I kind of have a, oh no, and he drops the laundry basket, which tips over. You see, I kind of sweat too much, and the sweater vest, it's really absorbent, and I can actually like grab things and use them, and maybe be less sweaty.
But it only
But
covers
do
your chest.
My sweat comes from my chest. It comes from like right here, about this area.
Isn't it just beads?
They're
Sweat
very
absorbent.
absorbent beads. Team Spoons is called Team Spoons because they just like cuddling.
That's the joke I thought you were going to make.
so much
Yeah,
better.
that's what I.
When you said I'm about to make a joke I can't make in front of kids, I assumed that was the joke, and it's like, oh no, for murdering people.
Listen, I've just played a lot of sessions as Sir Kentrum. Can you blame me for being so murdery?
Oh god, is
That's fair.
Kentrum's not? Well, for spoilers, but
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, I should get back. And get ready. I wish you luck. And he runs off. And then he turns back and says, "Oh wait, no, I can't say that. I hope you do really badly. Okay, bye." And he runs off.
Did Kevin also leave?
Oh yeah, Kevin's gone. Kevin's setting up.
I still don't know what we're supposed to do.
I think we just have to organize different categories of these clothing articles.
What? No, I'm bad at that.
Hopperscotch, you have a lot of nice clothes, right? So you know what categories clothes go into, right?
Well, yeah, for my purposes, but because this seems like something I'd be okay at, I feel like there's a catch. I think that we're not being told something. It can't just be full. It can't just be sorting laundry, right?
I mean, if it's a relay, I haven't washed anything in like 50 years, so, it might just be you.
Well, the machines themselves seem sympathetic to our cause. If it is a relay, I can at least work on the washing machine part of it, and we can try to get it done as quick as we can.
That seems to be the goal. Get it done fast, right?
And Shock, you feel a hard slap on your back as Daniel McBubbles comes back and says, "Yep, that's the idea. We're gonna have one person sort, and then 3 people are gonna do different kinds of laundry. You can see it all in this pamphlet. Oh, it's ready now." And you see he takes out one of the pamphlets from the dryer, which, because it's paper, has caught on fire. And he just brushes it off and hands it to you and leaves the rest of the burning papers in the dryer.
Should we is that the one we're gonna use? Should we put out the fire or just leave it?
Shock never had any
Or just
faith that this
leave it?
pamphlet would be readable. Shock just immediately wrote it off as soon as it came out of the wash.
Yeah, no, it's gone. Is it still on fire? I'll kick it to put it out if it's still on fire, but otherwise I just let it smolder.
You just put it in your hands.
Are you going to be okay, Hallie? Can you continue the show? The show must go on.
Yes, I'll be fine.
Alright.
After the stream, we need to tell people about the joke from before the stream. Oh no.
No, Tom, don't bring it up.
Okay, so alright, we got about 20 minutes left. So we've got our race. So what's going to happen is we're going to have 4 categories. Somebody has to sort the clothes. Somebody has to wash the regular clothes. So that you got to sort them into regular, smelly, so smelly that you can't get the smell out, and then suits and dry cleaning. So suits and ties. So someone will sort it into regular, smelly, and suits and ties. Someone's going to wash the regular, someone will wash the smelly, and someone will wash the suits. Daniel McBubbles is going to wash the regular. So you all have to decide. So let's start at the beginning of this race. Who is going to do the sorting?
Hopper.
Everyone looks at Hopper.
Yeah, everyone looks at Hopper.
I'll do the sorting. No problem.
Okay. So, Hop, the race is about to start. You hear like the vroom, vroom, vroom. There's the like, it's like the racing thing. There's like a lady with like a flag who's going to like get ready to put it down for all the racers to drive out of it. I played lots of Cruising USA as a kid.
Is it like a dryer sheet?
Yeah, she has a dryer sheet as a flag that she puts down. And what I want you to do is Hop. So we have 2 people on Team Spoons, but we need someone for Hop to race against. So what's the name of the? Let's have it be a lady. What's the name of the woman that Hop is racing against? Someone did say Sudsy Susan earlier. Thank you for the reminder. Sudsy Susan. And what is Sudsy Susan's mood? Is she happy? Is she sad? Is she angry? What? The Sudsy Susan, who is confident but crying. Okay, so Hop, you get there next to you. You see the thing next to you is just bubbling, and there's this lady, and she's just crying. She is the Sudsy Susan, because she has a shirt that has the word "the" on it, kind of like my no shirt, but it says
Yeah.
"the."
Yeah.
And she just looks at you and she says, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm
Hey,
sorry.
Are you okay?
I just feel so bad for you already because I know you're going to lose to me so badly. And I just feel bad for you.
Well, let's see if we can't fix that.
This is some
And Hopper
Next
sets it
level
to sort. because-
Regina George.
And with that, the flag goes down and you've got to sort all the clothes. And before you roll, Hop, I'm going to do a GM intrusion.
Oh.
And for context, we're not going to give experience for this because experience is a bit too complicated for someone who's
Wow.
never seen this before.
So I get nothing.
You get nothing.
Great.
That's normal role playing, though.
So, all right, so audience, I need your help again. So, I'm doing a GM intrusion. So, what this is sometimes in stories, things just happen that are bad. And so, a GM intrusion is a way to make things tougher for somebody. So, an example of a GM intrusion could be, someone's trying to get out of a cave, and then suddenly the cave starts to collapse. Or it could be that, maybe someone's in a race and then they fall on some ice. They start to slip. So Hop is about to sort all of these clothes. What's something that gets in his way that makes it tougher for him? The Sudsy Susan. Give me a quick second. I gotta look something up quick.
Kyle, do you not know what a blouse is?
Oh, no, Jay! Because Hopperscotch knows what a blouse is.
I have literally worn a blouse and told you it was a
I
blouse.
just wanted to describe what it looked like. Okay, so Hop,
Yeah.
you have an issue.
All right.
You pull out a piece of clothing. It looks like a thin collared shirt, but a bit like fancier. And you cannot tell what it is. Is it part of the formal clothes? Is it like a suit? Is it regular clothes? You are deathly unfamiliar with what this article of clothing is.
Is there a tag?
A blouse.
Blouse.
Is there a tag?
I
don't
look
know.
for a
Give me a
tag.
roll to look.
12.
There is a tag, and it says Blouse Publishing. I don't know why it's publishing. It says, all right, it says Blouse Suits on it.
I preferred Blouse Publishing. The inside is just lined with Blouse paper.
Is this clothes? Is
Yeah,
this
it's Blouse Publishing, and the inside is lined with Blouse paper. Thank you.
It's filled with
Okay.
stories of the blues. It's like the news, but sadder.
Oh,
I'm very proud of this.
blue leaf paper.
That's what I thought you were going for, Tom.
I love it.
Does it smell? Can I just put it in the smell pile? There were 2 of those, if I remember correctly.
But you
Does it
said
smell?
was suits,
I don't know.
right?
Give it a big sniff, Hop.
He does.
Okay.
I don't know, like a
right,
like
everybody.
not a weird one.
Everyone in
like
the
not a-
audience, does it smell?
like a normal one.
They're creepily smelling a.
You know, like
Oh no.
It smells like ketchup in old lady food.
I put
It's
it in
max stinky.
Okay, it goes in the super stinky pile.
Okay, so you're racing, but in that time it took you to sniff, the Sudsy Susan is already halfway through her basket, and you've only gotten through like 2 of yours. So, Hop, give me a roll. It's going to be a bit tougher for you to beat Sudsy
Right.
Susan.
Since it's going to be a bit tougher, I'd like to apply 2 levels of speed effort to this roll
Okay.
to make it easier.
Gotta go fast.
Gotta go fast. Gotta do the sorts. I got 6.
So, Hop, after a long, arduous race, you're finally done. And Sudsy Susan just looks at you in a pool of her own tears. And she just, I was right. I did so much better than you. And as a result, you can see. So now, who is doing the smelly clothes for washing?
Ellie ushers Tom shock forward.
What's the difference?
All right, I'll do it.
What's the difference? Yeah.
All right, so Shock,
Wow.
you've been stuck on smell duty. Now you got the smelly clothes pretty quickly. Hop did have a little bit of difficulty after he just sniffed one of the smelly clothes. He had difficulty smelling after that.
Permanently
So-
damaged now.
Daniel McBubbles
Luckily, it's
has
non-canon.
lost the first round. So Daniel McBubbles' part is he's lost. So you got to get 2 out of 3. So it's you and Smell, and next to you, you have Sock Sweat Sam. Sock Sweat Swam is just he's rubbing his hands. He's getting it all over. He's just like he's gonna clean it. In fact, as he gets the clothes, you can see that he has 2 bars of soap on his hands. And he's just using his bars of soap on one hand, and he's using that hand to wash it, and then the other sweaty hand to rinse it. and then he's sticking it in the washer
Rinsing it
in
with
the
his
dryer.
sweat.
Socksweat is he's a very good smelling boy.
Okay. Anyway,
All right, so Shock, what's your plan for dealing with these really stinky clothes?
my plan is to implement a little bit more wizardry here. Shock is going to utilize the power Charm Machine, which I'm going to use to make the washing machine like me better and work with me more to clean these clothes spick and span.
Okay. One second, I need to rename our show because I didn't have it. So it's now called Quest Friends and the Sudsy Susan CT2 Prep.
Oh boy.
All right, so what are you doing with the machines again?
I am going to charm the washing machine that we're using for this to work with me more, like to do a better job. I know that's not what the spell normally does in our main game. Its specific rules are different, but I feel for this, let's bend it a little bit.
Give me a roll.
All right, and I'm gonna apply 3 levels of intellect efforts. 18.
Okay, so what do you do? How are you getting the machine to like you? Like, you're using magic to talk to it, but what are you saying to get it to like you?
Shock is going to start by just being very kind to the washing machine, being like, "Hi, my name is Shock. It's nice to meet you." And this is all happening really fast because of mental connections.
Hi, my name is Spinny.
Hi, Spinny. It's really great to meet you.
It's great
You
to meet
are
you,
a
Shock.
really what?
It's great to meet you, Shock. I like you a lot. You seem really fun.
I
Can we
like you
play?
too,
Can we
Spinny.
play a game?
Yes, the game is we need to wash these clothes.
We need to wash these clothes, but I wash so many clothes, it's so boring.
But we're going to do it much faster than everyone else because you're a hard worker and you will get a prize.
I'm gonna get a prize.
I will get you a prize for helping me with this.
What is the prize?
The prize.
I don't like how you
And Shock is going to pull out of his bag a really fancy like silk handkerchief looking thing. It's like this is made of a weird kind of cloth for you to play with.
Okay. And
I need to
what?
No,
go
go
ahead.
ahead. I was just going to say, no, JTB. On this podcast, we pay people for their labor. This was always my plan going into this,
I
was
mean,
to give this washer rights.
You were the one who pitched paying by
Exposure.
exposure in questionable measures.
Pitching to one of the most nefarious capitalist villains of the show, at Lowell's suggestion, might I add. In character, Lowell was feeding Shock that script, might I add.
Okay. So, and you're not gonna roll. It goes so fast. Speedy's just speeding along. No, Spinny? Spinny. And his best friend, Speedy, who is his dryer best friend, go as fast as they can. And by the time you're done, Socksweat Sam he's got even more sweat because he's just tired himself out. He's like, you did, that was real good. That was real good. But
You did well too.
Washerboard Kevin, I know he can do it. And Ellie, Washerboard Kevin is staring you in the eyes. You're in the deadliest game of all. Claw Lady.
That's it worked up.
We're in the dry cleaning only section. So much can go wrong. You ever fight a tie before?
No.
Do washerboards help with dry cleaning?
Have you fought 10?
No, I fought monsters.
Well, let me tell you, dry cleaning, the fiercest monster of them all.
I don't think that's true, sir.
That is,
Tie a tie.
it's gonna be the fiercest monster until I win, because do you know what I get when I win? Do you know what the secret of the washer at the end of the world is?
It doesn't matter for you, because you're not gonna win. I know how to do trash talk.
Can you send me a roll for trash talk?
I want to know what the secret is.
I also actually want to know
I'm
what the
really
secret
invested
is.
in this
Can
one.
you still
Yeah, is Daniel McBubbles really trustworthy? Can we
Can
allow
we
him to get his
pretend
hands on
I
the washer at the end of the
didn't roll?
universe?
What did you roll?
I rolled a nat one.
So natural ones, they get a GM intrusion without me having to give them one. So what's something wrong, bad that should happen to Ellie right now?
Entropy will wash us all out eventually, Spinny. Oh
I love how dark the chat is.
That feels very on
Twice
point
and
for
it
our
was a
fan
two
base.
It
and a one.
does. It feels very right. I'm sorry, I gotta wait for the chat to decide your fate.
Put me out of my misery.
You heard that, chat. Overcome this delay. Time is an illusion.
Missed the question. GM intrusion. Ellie gets a GM intrusion. What is it?
Because I rolled a 1.
Because you rolled a 1.
I was trying to trash talk.
I think chat just refused the intrusion.
Chat refused the intrusion. All right. So in that case, we aren't going to hurt Ellie anymore. Instead, we're just going to continue as usual. And Washerboard Sam is going to kind of get up to you closer. And he's going to get real angry. And he's going to give you a hug. But this hug is like the kiss of death. And he's going to say, well, you better hope so. Because that washer isn't the thing. That washer isn't just the washer at the end of the world. It's the washer that caused the end of the world. What? And that, because of time, is where we're gonna stop our session today.
Oh no!
All right, so what happens? Is Ellie gonna make it through? Is Ellie gonna win? If Ellie wins, does she have to fight the washer? Is the washer gonna
I
cause the
hope
end of the
so.
world? If Ellie loses, is she gonna have to fight the washer? And what's gonna happen with that sweater vest? Are they gonna give it to Misha, or are they gonna give it to Sam? Because it sounds like Sam could really use it. Honestly, Sam was very nice. So this is
Sam
the,
needs a win.
This is the last thing I need your help with. Now, role-playing sessions usually go longer than an hour. But we need to cut it off today so that other panelists can go and that you can go off and do your own thing. So what I've made, and I'm going to share all with you a template one I made. You'll see that there's a lot of stuff that isn't completed. The reason there's not information on there is because I haven't gotten approval from those folks yet to use their names at C2E2. So I'm going to share it for here on the on the stream. But so what I have here is I have sheets of paper that you can use to help write the end of the story. So if you want to draw what happens and then write out what happens on the sheet of paper, we'd really like it. And you can send a message to us you can have an adult send us a message on Twitter with a picture of that. And we just really love to see how you would finish the stories. Additionally, if you really liked what we did today, there's a whole series of role-playing podcasts out here. So it's stuff like what you saw today, except you're going to listen to the story instead. So on the back of this sheet of paper, I have a list of recommendation of all ages podcasts. So thank you so much for coming for the show. We're going to be sticking around the panel afterwards, just kind of hanging about for a few minutes if you have any questions or you want to hang out at all. And again, thank you so much for coming, and thank you for making the session that we played with all of our players. Did you all have fun? And I'm looking over to Emily.
Yes.
Yes.
And I had a lot of fun
I feel
too.
very loved and protected.
All right, thank you so much, everyone, and have a great day.
Bye. I figure that is what
Bye.
we
What
would
we
do
will say.
in
Why?
the
We didn't
panel itself.
swear once, guys.
We did.
I know, we did so good.
I just made a small money
Also-
laundering joke that was questionable.
But, like,
clearly.
It's a Grunkle Stan joke. Like Disney has aired things like the county jail was so cold.
Yeah. Like, it's stealing happens. Kids know that theft is a thing.
It's
Laundering
true.
is just
Laundering
something
is
they
just a
do.
very
No.
adult kind of.
Yeah,
Look, it's
but
a joke
not
for the adults in the audience, the parents who
Yeah.
have come here with their
Wait,
kids.
wait.
When did I swear on accident?
I didn't
Oh
even
no,
catch
you
you.
did? I didn't even.